What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Dwayne Lanham, and I am your host here on the Night Talk. As you guys can tell, I am by myself, which normally I would have Tealo, Scarlett, or Tim with me for the show. But tonight is where things are going to go just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Because I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something that most people won't talk about. I want to talk about mental health, and I want to talk about addiction and how they correlate with each other. Not just how they correlate with each other, but how they play hand in hand, how they play and feed off of one another. And yes, for all of you wondering, we are live back on YouTube. This is what you're seeing right here on the Freedom Revolution Network. We're back on YouTube. So let's talk about mental health first, right? So mental health is one of the most undiagnosed killers in the United States. Now, a lot of people are going to ask me, Dwayne, what do you mean by this? Dwayne, what do you mean by mental health is one of the number one most undiagnosed killers in the United States? What I mean is, so when mental health goes undiagnosed, like bipolar, PTSD, ADHD, autism, schizophrenia, when you look at the major resources of mental health, we sit here and we go, like, well, is that actually a thing? Or are they faking it? Are they mad? Are they scared? Are they trying to drug seek? No. Most people that have mental health disorders aren't saying they're suicidal or saying they're self-harming or anything because of the fact of the matter that they want to. No, they're going and seeking help. You know, and some people don't even want to touch. You know, and some people don't even want to touch mental health at the 10-foot pole because mental health in today's world is a joke. We joke about people's mental health. We joke about the fact that there's people killing themselves, that there's people that are institutionalized. We joke about the fact of the matter that people are getting locked up and doing things that they don't mean to do because they don't get the help they need. I can't tell you how many times as a kid. Sorry, guys, I had something sitting on my laptop. I can't tell you guys how many times and times again that I would go to the hospital and go to seek mental health treatment that I would get pushed away. That I would get turned down. That I would get told there's nothing wrong with you. Or on the other side of mental health, let's go this route. On the other side of mental health, guess what? You have doctors and everything out there that are making it worse. Right? We have doctors overprescribing medication. We have doctors prescribing the wrong medication. So, what really is mental health? That's the question. What really is mental health? And, you know, I Googled this earlier because this is I do my research before I go on here. The fact it's a minute I was taught, right? So it's going to tell me now I have one bar and then I'm going to start lagging. This did not happen until I opened up another search page. Should have left my computer alone. So, what is mental health? Right, so now we're going to look at the meaning behind mental health. We're going to look at what actually is mental health. What is the meaning of mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-beings. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how well we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Now, what we're going to look at next is what are the 4 types of mental health? Okay, because they're taught. People are like, I don't want to do that. People want to talk on mental health. People want to look at mental health, but people actually don't want to take the time to look at it. So I'm going to read you off just a couple generic bases of a mental health diagnosis and break down what each one is, right? What are the 4 types of mental health? Personality disorders. So personality disorders are going to be like personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, autism, personality disorders, right? You have post-traumatic stress. Well, actually, no. So I was wrong. Personality disorders including borderline personality and antisocial personality disorders. So like anxiety, insomnia. Then you have post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, schizophrenia, and other psychotic disorders. Substance use disorders, including drug addiction and an alcohol use disorder. So now we can sit here and we can look at the fact, okay, now what is mental health, right? Like Pam said, it is the state of one's well-being. You know what? I should go live on the Night Talk page. I totally forgot to sit here and do this. You know what? We're going to go there. I just forgot to do it. I don't know why. Sorry, I'm getting another broadcast loaded up while I'm doing this. So, not only do we have, now what are the 4 types of mental health? You have personal, mental, not mental, psychotic disorders, schizophrenia, those types of things, post-traumatic stress disorder, substance abuse. Now, here's where it gets tricky with substance abuse disorders. Substance abuse disorders are people who use heroin, meth, coke, speed, PCP, any of those types of narcotics. Now, when it comes to substance, this is coming through talks from experience. Let me go about it. It's my mouth. Shit. Now, here's where the fun part plays in when it comes to talking. I'm going to shut my light off too. Cool. I haven't done this in a while, guys. Sorry, I'm not used to being on air. Gonna miss another live, but I'm about to go to work. Oof, Darren, I know, it sucks. Trust me, I'm off today, which is why I'm doing a live feed by myself. Normally, I don't go on air this late. Normally, I try to stay away from being up. Normally, I try to stay away from being up this late. But yes, Pam, PTSD is brought on by a traumatic situation or stressors in one's life. Like golf, exactly. So, God, I haven't heard of golf war syndrome in a while. That's what I haven't heard of. So now let's get down into the nitty gritty of this. And then, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Google Voice for any of you who want to call in and talk. We're way more than welcome to. So, this is one conversation I normally have around this time of year because, you know, we start getting into the holidays. We start getting into Halloween and stuff here in the upcoming months, right? We start getting in to Christmas, Thanksgiving, and everything. Now, here's where hi Casey. Sorry guys, I've also got my Facebook over here on my other phone, watching the comments there, watching the comments in the chat. Guys, this is a little something different for me, so hang in there. Because we're Heyo, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Yeah, I know I froze. It's Wi-Fi issues here at the park. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing really I can do about it. It's just Wi-Fi issues, which normally I've been doing pretty good on all night, and I'm not really using up too much Wi-Fi or anything. So I really don't know what's going on. But now, back to the point. Sorry for y'all who are dealing with connection stable if you're on Wi-Fi. Try plugging it into the router, moving closer to it. Man, look, shut up. I'm fine. But anyways, so the one common mental health, I'm going to hide the current comment because, yay, now I'm not having issues. No more internet issues tonight, please. So now, the first mental health disorder that I want to look at. Sorry, guys, I might have somebody else join me. Sorry. She doesn't know what I mean by joining the podcast. Bitch, you about to find out. You really about to find out. You done fucked up. 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 All right, now it's going to start screwing up because I'm sitting here dicking around for a minute. No, it's going to boot me. Control V. Come talk. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shutting down that part so I have no more internet issues. So, the first mental health disorder, like I said, that I kind of want to look at tonight is PTSD. And truly, what is it? So post-traumatic stress disorder, a disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. The condition, check this, the condition may last months or years, with triggers that can bring back memories of the trauma accompanied by intense emotional and physical reaction. So now there are different new comments. Now there are certain types of PTSD. There are certain types of post-traumatic stress disorder. There are acute stress disorders, uncomplicated PTSD, complex PTSD, comorbid. Oh, wait, hold on. Amanda, if you can hear me, allow access to mic. And camera. All right, guys, hold on, because I might have to get her in here another way, which is gonna suck, but we can do this together. Let's not be stupid. Okay, it's working. Private chat. Working on it. Okay, that's all that matters. Ah! No. Sorry, guys, having techno issues. Sorry. I was going to do this by myself, but now that I got this cheek to cheek, she's freaking awesome. Amanda, also, if you want to, another way you can do it is if you call 330 353 8527. 330-353-8527 is the call-in number for the show. If you just want to do it that way, it's more easier than I found. Just call in. I am not awake enough for this, and I'm sitting here trying my best. Did I already have a miss? 440. What the hell? No, that's not your number. All right, but so now back to what I was saying. Mental health, complex mental health, complex PTSD. So now we're going to read an article on complex, on 5 different types of I can't speak. All right, so originally post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, was thought to be something one military service members and veterans faced. Now we can understand that this stress disorder can happen to anyone, especially those who experience. You know what, Amanda? Hold on. I'm just going to call you because I have your phone number. I keep forgetting this. Hold on. Do I have your phone number? I should have your phone number. Best bitch. 7. Hey, phone work. 779 207. Bleep, 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 bleep. This is how we do things, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Heyo.
Heyo.
All right, guys, can you hear Amanda okay? Pam? All right, so Amanda, hi, welcome to my show, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Yes, you're actually live. How fun is this?
I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest with you.
All right. So, what is? Computers be stupid. Got too many things running at once. Okay, let's go back. Slow down. I can't slow down. People, I got things to do. People to see. Places. Okay, I don't have people to see. Not that famous. All right. So, Amanda, can you still hear me? Amanda?
Yeah.
Okay. StreamYards. Can you
Yes.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure everyone on the StreamYards can hear me. It's just saying that my connection is unstable. Of course it is. Because I have way too many things running at once. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I can screen share this. All right. Let's try this. I haven't done this in a hot minute. Screen share, entire screen. Click. Clickety click. Whoa. It's going to pull up on the thing. Whoa. Okay. Hi. All right. So that's sharing now. All right. So now we got to go over here. All right. So, Amanda, what we're talking about is mental health and substance. I can't fucking speak. Substance use disorders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know most people with a substance use disorder, especially like PTSD, schizophrenia, bipolar, ODD, ADHD, or anybody like that, normally comes into contact with some sort of substance to try and relieve the pain, to try to relieve the hurt and everything that they're going through. One of the most common linked cases to a substance use disorder when it comes to mental health is post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is really the one that well, Amanda, you already know I'm diagnosed with it. So we're going to read this article that was put out, I would say, make sure StreamYards is way I'm not crashing. Yeah, I'm not crashing. Hi. I'm not crashing. Okay. Maybe I am. Slowly. It's being weird tonight. Okay, put my Facebook back up. Loading. Hey. All right. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental health condition that's triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing or witnessing it. Symptoms may include flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety, as well as uncontrollable thoughts about the event. Most people who go through a traumatic events may have temporary difficulty adjusting and coping, but with time and good self-care, they usually get better. If the symptoms get worse, last for months or even years, and interfere with your day-to-day functioning, you may have post-traumatic stress disorder. Symptoms. Post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms may start within 1 month of a traumatic event, but some symptoms, sometimes symptoms, okay, it's still saying, I'm on that, okay. So sometimes symptoms may not appear until years after the event. These symptoms cause significant problems in social or work situations and relationships. They can also interfere with your ability to go about your normal daily tasks. PTSD symptoms are generally grouped into 4 types: intrusive memories, avoidance, negative changes in thinking and mood, and changes in physical and emotional reactions. Symptoms can vary over time from person to person. Intrusive memories. Symptoms of intrusive memories may include recurrent, unwanted, distressing memories of the traumatic event, reliving the traumatic event as if it were happening again, which is flashbacks, upsetting dreams, or nightmares. Severe emotional distress or physical reactions to something that reminds you of the traumatic event. Avoidance. Sometimes avoidance, trying to avoid thinking or talking about the traumatic event, avoiding places, activities, or people that remind you of the traumatic event. Negative changes in thinking and mood. Symptoms of changing negative thoughts about yourself, other people, or the world, hopelessness about the future, memory problems, including not remembering important aspects of the traumatic event, difficulty maintaining close relationships, feeling detached from family and friends, lack of interest in activities you once enjoyed, difficult experiencing positive emotions, feeling emotionally numb. Changes in physical and emotional reactions, being easily startled or frightened, always being on guard for danger, self-destructive behavior such as drinking too much or driving too fast, trouble sleeping, trouble concentrating, irritability, angry outbursts or aggressive behaviors, overwhelming guilt or shame. Um, I'm not going to go into all of the rest of this crap. Actually, there's a lot, but we'll get into that here in a minute. So that's not what I'm focused on, right? So, Amanda, how many people that you know that we know personally, and I'm not going to say from what, have talked about something like this?
About PTSD specifically?
PTSD, not specifically, but people that say they've had flashbacks and everything that have turned to substance abuse.
I mean, since I've talked to other people, I mean, I do know that people do go through it and are definitely more highly susceptible to the substance abuse.
Right.
But as far as it being talked about, I don't feel like it's talked about enough.
Okay, you said you don't feel like it's talked about enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I would agree at this point, right? Because, and see, this is why, even the title of my show, let's talk about mental health and, addiction. So we know that pretty much at any mental health disorder, and I just use PTSD because it's the most common one that I've seen when dealing with addiction, is that any untreated diagnosis or anything that's especially untreated, especially PTSD, can cause somebody to start using, like we just read in the article, the flashbacks, the constant nightmares, not being able to sleep, the irritability, the detachment, right?
Right.
And I everybody knows on here that I'm an addict. I'm a recovering addict. Part of what has caused, and I've seen this in the rooms and out the rooms, is that I have seen people start using a substance, and I can, like coke, meth, heroin, benzos, downers, which would be Xanax, Ativan, Versed, food, or any substance, that can become addicting, caffeine, nicotine, um, put it on shit. Put it on a broad spectrum, and you have it. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So, Amanda, and I want to hear your thoughts on this because it's actually, when I have other people, I love hearing other people's thoughts. And by the way, nothing you can say here will get you cut. Will get you cut off. But what are your thoughts on untreated, on un dash? What are your thoughts on untreated mental health disorders and its link to addiction?
Me personally, I can speak from my experience. I can't speak for others, but me personally, I do suffer from mental health disorders. Like I have depression, anxiety. I know you and I earlier talked about like the bipolar thing, and I'm starting to really think that that might be a case for me. When it goes untreated, you know, our brains are wired to automatically look for the negatives. And, you know, personally, I just wanted something. I've taken medication and stuff, and I'm always a person that always gets like the side effects, and nothing really truly works for me. So of course, what do? I'm gonna go out and search for that magic thing that will solve my problem. And you know, at a young age, my trust was betrayed by counselors and all that other stuff. So now I'm throwing more issues on top of it, and that's led me to drug addiction, which, you know, yeah, at first it was a nice little escape from reality, but in the long run, people don't think of the consequences. And yeah, I just feel like mental health is not taken seriously at times. It's not talked about enough. Just because I know I've had people sit here and tell me that they're here for me and all this other shit, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like I don't feel like I didn't feel like I had anywhere to go. I didn't feel like I could trust anybody, you know. And I'm okay with my substance abuse. Like it takes my pain away. But then at the end of the day, I realize it's a me problem, and I need to maybe start looking back into getting help. I think some days I don't think I gave the medication enough time to kick in. It's really ultimately people just want to find that one magic thing that takes the pain away, that takes all the mental things out of my head. You know, it's for it to silence your mind. And I know me personally, my mental health has led me to drug addiction, and that's not how it has to be.
Right. And you know, the one thing that I like that you said is that you went to the substance because it took away your problems.
Mm-hmm.
It took.
I thought it did.
Yeah, we thought it did. We thought it took away our pains. We thought it took away the emotions. We went numb. We went. We didn't feel anything. Right? We didn't feel these emotions. But the one thing I do want to talk about on what you said, when it goes untreated, right?
Yep.
When it goes untreated, when the mental health goes untreated, look at how many people. Let's look at this. How many people do you think have actually went with actual mental health disorders and have left untreated because a doctor or a psychiatrist will look at them and go like, "You're not crazy, you're just drug seeking"?
There's probably a lot, to be perfectly honest with you, and I can perfectly show anybody that on the streets of where I'm at, because you can tell who is suffering from mental health problems. And you know, there's way too many people that feel like they're not being listened to, or you know, when they get turned away or whatever, it's not okay. It really bothers me. When it goes untreated, it's just slowly and steadily getting worse. And I feel like that's what truly drives people to go drug seeking at that point.
Right. I mean, exactly. You know, and it's like this is. I'm trying to put it in words to where I'm not going to be offensive. Trying to find a way to fucking say this. My mind's scattered all over the place. Sorry, this happens when I do my show this late at night, which it normally is. I just haven't done one in forever. So, but okay, what I got my bright flash and electrical change charge occurs and it enters. Load last one. TLO, what's up, buddy? Wow, my co-host is actually in my chat. This is weird. I'm used to having him on the other side of the screen. Sorry, you'll see me get scatterbrained during this thing, Amanda. Okay.
More like I'm listening to it.
Okay, but you know me anyway, so just shush. But like I was saying, people who go into a hospital, you know, and I'm gonna put it like this. So people who go in to the hospital, they're suicidal, they've been self-harming, they haven't slept for days. They're not on a meth binge, they're not on any type of binge that would keep them up for days on end. They haven't been drinking or anything, and they're truly having a mental psychotic fucking breakdown. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get turned away by a doctor. They're like, you're not crazy. You're just on drugs. And it pushes people away. It pushes people away to the point of the matter where I've seen this way too many times because I've worked in the mental health field. I've worked with kids who have mental health. I've watched kids come in and out of state doors because of the fact of the matter that their parents couldn't deal with them or anything else. And then they finally get diagnosed once they get turned into the hands of the fucking state. Or it takes people going to jail because their fucking mental health went too long and they try to seek help and the whole insurance bullshit, which we'll talk about in a fucking minute because that's going to be another whole fucking scope of this subject. Is it so hard to get mental health access?
I mean, I guess it just really all depends on the person's circumstances. I know from personal experience, I was really suicidal at one point. My depression was really taking a toll on me after I had suffered an unfortunate event. And I was suicidal as shit. And I know when I went to the hospital, they were going to put me on a 72-hour hold and, you know, do whatever testing they needed to do or whatever the hell. And I, unfortunately, at the last minute, you know, when they were saying I was going to get transferred to a whole different hospital and, you know, I wouldn't be so close to my family or anything like that, that just completely turned me off, and I ended up deciding against it, and I walked out. I know I personally went seeking through help through a center that was for mental health, and when I went there, I honestly don't know what I was thinking because the counselor that kind of betrayed my trust a little bit worked at the same center, and then I fought twice against that too, and I guess really it just depends on the doctor. It depends on the hospital. How serious are they willing to take you? You know, sometimes you have to say what you got to say just to get the fucking help, which is the sad part of it all.
Exactly. Say that last part one more time of what you just said.
Sometimes you just have to say and do what you got to do in order to even get that fucking help. You know, when I went into that hospital, I literally told them, like, I told them that I was having suicidal ideations. I was actually planning out my suicide and all this other shit. And that's when they decided to take it seriously. Like, I straight up told them how I planned to do it. And if they weren't going to help me, I was going to go do it. And that's what made them take me seriously.
Well, here's the fact of the matter is it should not ever get that far. It should never get to the point to where it should never get to the okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is it should never get to the point of someone actually fucking looking at you and telling you their suicide plan bit by bit, heat by heat, going like, look, this is what I would actually fucking do. This not actually do. This is what I'm gonna fucking do. And if you don't fucking help me, I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, it shouldn't get to that point. If you sit here and say, look, I need help, here's what's going on, I expect you as a doctor to take me fucking seriously and fucking help me. Otherwise, if I didn't need the help, I wouldn't be standing right here in front of you.
Right, that's exactly the fucking point. That is exactly the fucking point. Because the fact of the fucking matter is that if we, so this is a subject that's going to get touchy that might piss some people off. But statistically proven, men are more likely, men, I'm going to go into types of suicide now here for a minute. Because of the fact of the matter, this is where I'm going to go with it. Men are more likely to shoot themselves than a female is. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Men are more likely to shoot themselves than a female would. Men are also more likely to get. Men are more. Fuck. Men are more also likely not to get mental health treatment because of the fact of the matter of the stigmatism on men with mental health. I said what I said.
Absolutely, I agree on that.
I said what I said. And how do you say it, Amanda? Mean what you say, what you mean, and mean what you say.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Men with mental health issues will not go get help because there's so much fucking stigmatism. TLS.
I mean, you know, that is actually very true because, you know, a lot of young boys are raised to, you know, as a mom of a boy, I want to raise a decent young man, right?
Right.
But the thing is that a lot of men have been raised on false ideas of, oh, well, men don't cry, shut it the fuck up, like, throw a pair of balls, you know, you're a guy, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do A to Z, and it's like, why can't men be able to freely express their feelings without feeling like they're any less, that they're less than? They're just as important as anyone else's feelings.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip this back because I did not have fucking internet issues with it sitting right there. So now it's turned it on a little more. Okay, but like I was saying, Amanda, can you still hear me? Okay, or do I sound far away?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I keep forgetting you have headphones in. So, back to what I was saying. Yes, and you're not wrong. Men are taught that if we show emotions, if we say we're struggling, if we say we're going through something, then we're fucking weak. One of my best friends on here, TLO, he's also my co-host. Which, by the way, TLO, this show was not fucking planned. I was just a spur of the moment thing for me. So don't yell at me. Is my thing. I'm gonna shut my camera off for a second, so you guys just get to look at my fucking avatar because I need to clear my space off. And so here's my thing. So I would want my child, right, to be able to walk up to me, or my nephew. I would want. I was ever around your son needed someone to talk to, for my nephew to come up to me and look at me and go like, I need to talk. I'm not okay, right? Because of the fact of the fucking matter is that it's okay for men and women I'm not just going to say women because that would be sexist. It is also okay for men to get help. It's also okay for men to say, you know what? I'm just having a shitty fucking day, and this is how I fucking feel. But people want to bitch and moan and scream and yell when... Who's calling? Did it just hang up on you?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm calling you back. Calling you now. Hold on.
Yo.
Okay. I hang up on you there. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know if it was me who pressed the button or my internet decided to cut you off. But, so, like I was saying, people, you know, and I'm going to say this, and don't take offense to this, Amanda, because you're a girl. Women bitch and moan and cry when a guy doesn't fucking open up. Right?
Right.
Well, guess what, motherfuckers? It's not our fucking fault. It's how we were fucking raised. It's how that's how we were taught to fucking live in society. What the fuck is it doing to Amanda? This is gonna piss me off.
Anyway, for the whole sake of the fucking topic, you know, my baby daddy had a lot of trouble growing up, and that's how he was raised. If you show emotion or anything else, you're fucking weak, you're going to be a target, all this other shit. So, you know, his stepdad raised him on how to fight in prison and how to not show his emotions or anything. And when you're in there and it's such a harsh environment and you're with harsh people, you close up, you don't want to show any weakness or anything like that. So it really intensifies that, oh, I can't talk to anybody. I'm not allowed to express my emotions. I'm not allowed to say I'm struggling. And I totally don't agree with it. Men's feelings are just as important as women.
But in society,
and it's truly not your fault when you're raised like that, and especially when society puts the standard on that.
Okay, exactly. Now here's another thing that causes men to have severe mental health issues. And here's one people don't want to fucking look at. A guy going into the police station saying, I got raped by a female. I'm hitting a lot of subjects tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And if it pisses you off, guess what? It don't care. Amanda, me and you had this conversation not that long ago. It was just a couple weeks ago. It was just a couple of weeks ago that me and you were sitting down and talking about this. Oh, my COVID-19 information when I got COVID from last year. What the fuck is that doing up? That's getting dark. Sorry, I'm also cleaning for some reason. It's fucking 2:30 in the morning and I'm fucking cleaning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're fucking kidding me. But anyways, like I was saying before I got fucking scatterbrained. But like I was saying, also, another reason men have a shit ton of fucking mental health issues is because they'll go to the police, especially with this situation. Go like, I've been raped by a male. I've been raped by a female. Talk about stigmatism. Talk about society looking at a guy and going like, well, you're big. You should have been able to fucking manhandle her. You should have been able to push her off of you. You should have been able to do this. You should have been able to do that. You should have been able to stick up for
like
yourself.
after you do those things, then all of a sudden you're being charged for domestic violence.
Fucking exactly. Tilo, I really want you to come
Absolutely
on.
not okay. Like anyone can be a victim to those things.
Say it one more time.
I said anyone can be a victim to those things. Like it's not just a female thing, it's not just a male thing. Like everyone is, but with the whole thing with males is that for whatever reason, if a man were to come up and say, "Hey, I was raped," like, yeah, okay, buddy, like it's legit. Like, why?
Exactly.
You see it happen more often. I've seen a lot of articles where women have raped men, and there are ways to do it. Like they know you can overpower. So what are they going to do? They're going to look for a way where you can't overpower them.
Right. TLO, check your phone. You know, you're not wrong. You're really, really not wrong. Because literally, women know how to use date rape drugs. Women know just how to knock somebody right the fuck out. Women know how to use a fucking knife and hold that bitch.
Not even to mention, you know, if you got black on somebody, that's the whole reason to fucking do that, you know.
Right, exactly. There's so many fucking reasons. Now my internet's fucking working after I cleaned the clutter out around my desk. See, and Pamela said in the chat, the boys and some young men are lacking the same-sex parent to teach them right from wrong.
That's true. It honestly is.
That is, do you know what? That is dead ass fucking true. Even if it came from fucking Dr. Phil. Okay? Even if it came from Dr. Phil. Because the fact of the fucking matter, and I'm going to turn my camera on because I want people to see how fucking serious I am when I say this. The fact of the fucking matter is us. Oh, wow. Now I'm going to start having issues here to turn my camera back on. Fuck off. Amanda, the camera doesn't like my face.
I'm surprised I don't crack the camera screen every time I look at it.
It's the fact of the matter that men literally deal with it too. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. If you think it's just a female that can have mental health disorders, pull your fucking, he knows, Pam, he saw my message. Pull your fucking head out of your ass. Pull your fucking head out of your fucking ass and take a real look at society. Take a real fucking look at yourself. Part of the reason relationships don't fucking go as well as it is today, I don't know if this is statistically proven or not, this is something I heard, is because of the fact of the matter that either one of the two has a mental health disorder that they're afraid to get diagnosed. Or that they're afraid to get help on.
I mean, so the one comment about how, you know, lacking the same-sex parent to teach them right from wrong, and it's like I said before, I can personally say that my baby daddy, he was raised, you don't show emotion and all this other shit. And likely that's been passed down to his stepdad. That's how his stepdad was raised. So, of course, when he is raising another boy, whether it's another man's son or not, he's teaching him how he was taught and how he was raised. And that's just the thing, is that that cycle has to be broken. At some point down the line, you need to realize that men's feelings are just as important. Mental health, and I can tell you personally, my baby daddy has bipolar. He has depression. He has anxiety. He's got TSD like a motherfucker. It's not just a male thing. It's not.
It's not exactly. And here's the thing that I'm gonna say. If your kids, Dwayne, this goes for you too, so you better watch what you say, motherfucker. Most kids without a father, I'm gonna go here. Most men, most boys that do not have a father figure, well, and girls, either end up in foster care, gang, the juvenile system, or somewhere down the line, the prison system. And what people don't know,
more susceptible to bullying. They're more susceptible to having problems in school, more susceptible to drug addiction. It's definitely a fucking thing.
Exactly. And what people don't want to admit, and what psychiatrists really don't want to admit, you want to know how most mental health issues start off growing up as a kid? Unbalance.
In a broken home.
Hey, bingo. I can say my mental health started way before the age of 3. From what I've been told. My own mental health, if I take a look at me, right? Just me alone, Amanda, right?
Mm-hmm.
My frontal lobe started deteriorating. Fuck. Fuck. It's cold. I've got my air conditioner on. I've got my air conditioner on 60 degrees. Feels good. I've got socks, sweatpants, and a hoodie on. I'm comfortable. Taking my allergy meds. People think that growing up in a broken home doesn't do nothing to people. And see, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that me and Amanda are sitting here talking, TLO just said this. One of the biggest and most overlooked point is the fact that people in this world think making money, making themselves better only applies money and body. The key is fortifying the mind as well. Damn. Can you disagree with that, Amanda?
Read that again.
One of the biggest and most overlooked points is the fact that people in this world think making themselves better only applies to money and the body. But the key is fortifying the mind as well.
I don't disagree.
I can't disagree with that. Do you know what TLO, since you said that the one most common actor I want to take a look at that always gets brought up? Robin Williams. man always had a smile on his face. You never seen him without one. You never seen him in a down mood. You never seen him depressed. You never seen him upset. It's just one day. Bam. Gone. Chester Bennington, seen happy, smiling with his family and everything the night before. The next thing, bam, dead. Suicide.
Oh my God, Chester Bennington really just tore me the fuck up because the biggest thing with him is that he had a voice in music, right? You can literally, I'm pretty sure he wrote most of the songs. You can literally hear it in his lyrics every time he was on the lyric and he's screaming about it. Like, that was his cry for fucking help. And yeah, just seems like no one did anything about
it. And Pam said, and some want to be right fighters, and the number one thing parents do not do is get their children involved in adult issues. Thank you. Like, for fuck's sake.
Absolutely. Kids have no place around adult issues.
For fuck's sakes. God, I was just talking about that with somebody tonight. For fuck's sake. Kids do not belong in adult arguments. They really fucking don't. Kids don't belong fucking... You know what? Kids don't really fucking deserve their parents sitting there screaming and fighting either. But it happens. But I'm not saying what Pam is wrong because it's fucking not, because fucking, well, my fucking ass got involved in adult fucking issues and look how I... And this is where I'm going to fucking have my sixth sense of humor, Amanda. Look how I turned out.
Well, I mean, look how I turned out. I grew up in a household where there was always fighting, yelling, screaming, throwing of objects. And I have personally jumped in the middle between my mom and my dad because my dad was going to harm my mother. And that's, as a child, I should not be jumping in front of my mother ready to defend her. I had no place in that.
Right.
My parents divorced. I asked multiple times not to be brought into the middle of it, and yes, brought into the middle of it. And now I'm sitting here holding fists on both sides, and I'm just like, I don't want to. No matter how old I am still your child. I have no say in your fucking issues.
Exactly. And you know, growing up as a kid, I think the world has made it an environment where the lines between children and adults is brutally blurred. Thank you, TLO. Fuck. Sorry, I'm also addressing comments too, Amanda. Like you and TLO have both said, the world has made it an environment where the lines between children and adults is so brutally blurred. Let kids be kids.
Absolutely.
You know, and then parents... Go ahead, Amanda.
Go ahead. No, I already lost my thought. Go ahead.
And then parents want to bitch, moan, and complain while their kid's stuck in their room all day?
Definitely, I was notorious. Any time I was always in my room, and I didn't want to come out of there. That was my safe zone for a while.
Parents want to bitch, moan, and complain that their kids don't want to spend time with you. Well, maybe have you looked at the fact of the trauma that you've caused them? Maybe do you want to look
Yeah,
at...
I mean, like, I can remember plenty of nights where my parents would get into it and my mom would drag me out in the middle of the fucking night and then sit here and fucking talk to me about how she's thinking about divorcing my dad and everything else. And, you know, when I see my dad, you know, getting physically, what's the word I'm looking for? Just, he's getting a little more violent than normal. That's not okay. Like, that's traumatizing. I don't want to sit here and hear about how my parents are going to get divorced. I shouldn't be out here in the middle of the night sleeping in a fucking car with my mom.
Exactly. You should. You're absolutely right that you shouldn't. Nobody should.
And my other biggest thing that bothers me, and because this was the phrase I grew up on a lot, was children are meant to be seen and not heard.
Bullshit.
Which is absolutely bullshit.
Absolutely 100% bullshit. Absolutely fucking 100% bullshit. That is a bullshit fucking statement. Hi, Brittany. It's a bullshit statement. Because of the fact that children are meant to be seen. Children are meant to be heard. Children have a fucking voice. Now, for you people out there, oh, hi, Brittany. She came in YouTube. She was on my Facebook. Yes, and for everyone asking, yes, we got YouTube back. I don't know how. We were supposed to be banned until the 28th, but that's okay. Fucking Tim getting us banned all the time. But anyways, like I was saying, you know, I remember my dad would say the same thing to me, right? Is children are meant to be seen, not heard. Wrong, bitch. It's both. It's fucking both. Because the matter of the fucking fact, that's why a lot of kids don't speak up. That's literally why a lot of kids won't speak their mind. Because of the fact of the matter, they're scared. Because of the fact of the matter that they feel like they're going to get punished. You know? Like, I remember the days that I would get in between my mom. Oh, I feel like I want to sneeze. My mom and my dad fighting. I mean, look right there. Seeing parents fight. I mean, God, Jesus Christ. Look right there what that can do to a child's development. A child's neurological development.
Absolutely, and I can sit here and tell you what it's done to me.
You know what? We're gonna go look something up because now I'm fucking curious. Stop. I didn't say at you, dumb phone. Amanda, I'm going to send you a text here in a little bit to remind me to go get a phone today while I'm out and about. All right. Continuous trauma can weaken remaining neural pathways to the thinking part of your brain and strengthen neural pathways to the survival part, thus bypassing the thinking, which makes some children less capable of coping with adversary as they grow up. For children and youth who experience child abuse or neglect and associated trauma, brain development may be interrupted, leading to functional impairments. Ongoing maltreatment can alter a child's brain development and affect mental, emotional, and behavioral health into adulthood. What age does trauma affect the brain? Early childhood trauma means trauma between birth and the age of 6. Listen to this. Listen to this bullshit, Amanda, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Early childhood trauma generally means between birth, from the first fucking day that you're born, in the age of 6 years old. A child's brain grows and develops rapidly, especially in the first 3 years. Young children are also very dependent on the caregivers for care, nurture, and protection. You know what? We're going to go read this article because I literally want y'all to see what happens to a fucking kid when they're abused and traumatized. I'll accept it. I'm just going to read this thing. What is childhood trauma? Trauma in early childhood can be especially harmful. Early childhood trauma generally means trauma between birth and the age of 6. A child's brain grows and develops rapidly, especially in the first 3 years. Young children are also very dependent on the caregivers for care, nurture, and protection. This can make young children especially vulnerable to trauma. When trauma occurs, it can affect the child's development. It can also affect their ability to attach securely, especially when their trauma occurs with a caregiver. Childhood trauma can occur. Well, hold on, I'm going to read this. The National Institute of Mental Health USA defines childhood trauma as such: the experience of an event by a child that is emotionally painful or distressful, which often results in lasting mental and physical effects. Childhood trauma can occur when a child witnesses or experiences overwhelming negative events in a childhood. Many childhood experiences can overwhelm a child. These can occur in relationships such as with abuse, neglect, assault, violence, exploitation, or bullying. This is known as interpersonal trauma, trauma that happens in between people. Children can also experience traumatic events. These include accidents, natural disasters, war and civil unrest, medical procedures, or even the sudden loss of a parent or caregiver through the death. Check this one out. Check the second one. Through death, divorce, separation, or imprisonment. A person's or people do something which harms a child or a young person. We're just going to go in a couple of these. Is physically, sex, I bit the side of my tongue. Sexually, physically, emotionally abused, exploited, or trafficked, witnessed or experiences violence in the home or family, is bullied in person or online, witnesses or experience violence in the community. This can happen with civil unrest or war. A child or a young person experiences trauma because their parent or caregiver is affected by their own trauma. This can mean that the parent caregiver cannot meet the child's emotional or physical needs. Most parents have good intentions, right? When a parent is still affected by their own trauma, fucking son of a fucking cocksucking bitch. When a parent is still affected by their own trauma, they might not be able to bond securely with a child that can limit safe connection. This can occur when a parent has a chronic physical or mental illness, has a serious accident, misuses substances, alcohol or drugs, dies, is imprisoned, divorces, or separates. Do I need to keep going?
No, I don't think so. Pretty much laid it out right there. Like, literally just said, any kind of trauma or traumatic event severely damages a child mentally and emotionally, and it creates long-lasting effects. So right there, your mental health is already deteriorating, and we've already said mental health, it has a direct link to addiction.
Right. And Pam said in the chat, yeah, I was derpy brain. I was diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, and I was beaten as a child up to the age of 14 years old. Hold on. I'm going to... Oh, fuck. That's cold. I need to turn the air conditioner up. It's too cold for this shit. Oh. Fuck it. Fucking damn it. 67 degrees is nice. We'll take 67 degrees. Oh, shit, it's cold. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to interrupt. You know, but exactly, you know, and Amanda, here's the thing what TLO said too, and this is kind of what intrigues me, because TLO is right on this too. TLO said children don't know what to believe. They've been influenced / corrupted by the internet, specifically social media, which is my son, which is me and my son's mother. The one thing we can fucking agree on is Dean's not allowed to have a cell phone until he's a freshman in high school. He's not allowed to have any social media. I don't care if he comes home going like, Dad, my friends have a Facebook. Can I get one? Fuck no. Absolutely fucking not. Nope. No. Not happening.
Well, and here's another big thing where when you want to bring in, you know, the internet and stuff into play, is that there's a lot of cyberbullying going on, and that is drastically impacting mental health on kids that create long-lasting effects into adulthood.
I mean, how long ago was it that a 15-year-old fucking killed himself by fucking carbon monoxide his parents' car? Because his girlfriend
and it makes
fucking...
you wonder, did he put up any cues, or did he try to go to anybody for help on that, and who didn't listen?
Well, and two, I think the girlfriend also told him to fucking do it.
And that girl should be held accountable for that.
I don't know if she ever was held accountable. I don't know. By the way, guys, tough shit don't use. Yes, I have my tough shit. Don't use hoodie on, Amanda. Right, Brittany. No, Brittany, you're right. He should probably have a flip phone once he's old enough to go out and play with his friends. Flip phone is fine. They still make the little straight, She wasn't. They tried.
The little flip phones that don't have access to internet.
What do you mean they tried, TLO? Was she not charged? You know what? I'll look at that now. Keep getting fucking notifications that someone's commenting on my Facebook. I forgot I'm live on my Facebook. Oops. I just want to need to have my fucking Facebook put up on my phone so I can see. Oh, it was Dathan. Morning, Dathan. Oh, I've been sitting in this chair for hours. She beat it in court. How the fuck do you beat that? That's manslaughter.
Technically, that girl just got away with murder.
Exactly. Yeah, fucking exactly. TLO, are you ever joining us? Are you going to make your presence known, sir? No? Maybe? Yes? No? Don't fucking like keep bugging him enough. All right, my camera's going back off. I'm having internet issues again. Camera goes bye-bye. I'm tired of looking at myself. There's a lot of that going on.
I hate to do this, but I can barely keep my eyes open. I think I'm a little dead.
TLO, I need you.
Would be very excellent topic.
TLO, I need you. She's going to bed. Come on, Dwayne. Come on, TLO. I need you. She's going to bed. Help. Or Brittany, somebody that wants to come on. Fuck. Still got like another 40 minutes left. I'm not allowed to do just an hour and 20-minute slots. I gotta go for we gotta at least go for 2 hours. Somebody, TLO, come on. Buckers, before Amanda leaves. Brett, you wanna come on? Negative Space Ranger. I have more Zooms in the morning. What do you mean I have more Zooms in the morning? You know what? I think Brittany will come on if I slowly talk her into it. Oh, Brittany! Let's go piss off Brittany.
She's been a long day. It's plain. I gotta talk to you sometime you are up and not so scattered.
Oh, you have the Zoom meetings in the morning. Okay. I'm going to breakfast at 7:30. Are you working tomorrow?
No, I'm off.
All right. Well, are you going to be busy with you know who?
Probably not until later in the afternoon.
Okay, so can I call you maybe around lunchtime?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll call you about 12 my time tomorrow. All right, Amanda, thank you so much for joining. It was fucking nice having you for the first time.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. It was an amazing topic.
Definitely have to do them often.
Oh, we'll definitely be doing another one sometime soon. We'll both pick a topic. You just
all right.
You just won't get sidelined.
Okay.
Love you, Chica.
Love ya.
Bye. All right, guys. For anybody who wants to call in, phone number is 330-353-8527. Yet again, the phone number is 330-353-8527. And if I'm seeing this right, TLOs are part of the movement now? Ow. I'm fucking hurting. Yeah, this show, guys, is definitely a good place to come and chat. You got a topic you want to bring it up? Bring it up. We will sit here and talk about this shit all fucking day. I ain't got nothing else better to do. TLO's part of a movement? What? TLO, you're starting to scare me. I hope you know this. Come on, Brittany. At least if y'all just want to call. I mean, we got, I don't know who's in the chat. I don't know who's all on YouTube. We got Brittany, TLO, Pam, and then there's one other person in YouTube. There's one person on Twitch. There's no people on the Night Talk page or the Freedom Revolution Network Facebook or my Facebook. Like, come on, yo. Like, this is a really good topic to talk about because of the fact of the matter. Like TLO said here a little bit ago, and this is something I want to address. Where's it at? Children don't know what to believe in. They've been influenced, corrupted by the internet, specifically social media. Yeah, as an adult, it took TLO and Scarlett to fucking get me out of that mood. You know what? I can just piss Brittany off. She's annoying Lord fucking never. Fucker. You done fucked up, Britt. Oh, whoa. Who the fuck is that? Fuck. Well, hello.
Happy now?
You scared the fuck out of me.
I told you I wasn't in a talking mood.
I was picking. I always pick. When do I not pick? I'm an asshole.
I'm aware.
Hey, be happy. I'm on my 5th bottle of water today and only 2 things of caffeine.
Good, I haven't had any water.
I'll beat your ass one day. Just one day.
I'm too far away.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. So, okay, so you were hearing most of the talks about mental health and everything then, weren't you?
Not really.
Okay.
I heard some of them.
one thing that we were talking about is how trauma can from birth to the age of 6 can really change a child's the way that the brain does things, right?
Yes.
So for the first 3 years of life is where the brain really does the most growing.
Mm-hmm.
And like parents getting divorced, arguing, fighting, and everything, that it affects the way the child lives, right?
Yes.
And how the child would I can't think. I'm starting to get tired. The way that the parent can't think, not the parent. Goddamn it! I'm not worried about the parents.
The child.
Yeah, the child can't process things, right?
Yes.
What do you have to say on the development of children growing up in a dysfunctional home and when it comes to the mental health?
It's fucked.
Okay. Give me an explanation.
I can't remember my childhood past the age of 6. That's just myself.
I mean, and that's normal. I mean, if and me knowing your backstory, that's absolutely fucking normal.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put you out there like that. That's why I said me knowing your backstory. Parents fighting every day. You know, I remember my mom and dad would fight every day. I remember
I don't remember much. The only thing I remember is my parents fighting all the time, and then my mother leaving in the middle of the night. And that's another thing that can mess with kids' mental health is when parents get a divorce and you're supposed to have court-ordered visitation and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, definitely. We were talking about that earlier. I think. Hold on, I'm gonna go up and find it. It's in my comment section. I should have fucking. God damn it, Dwayne. Should have started a second.
Myself and my mental health, it was really fucked up because my mother was known as it.
Right.
And it was supposed to be every summer for 2 weeks and every other holiday, and that didn't happen.
Right. TLO said, I remember way too much back to 2 years old. But something that this is Pam said, this goes for men too. Women and young women are also lacking the same sex parents too.
Yeah.
I mean, Brittany, what, you grew up without your mother, most of your life?
I grew up without my mother since the age of 6. Now, my oldest sister stepped in, but it wasn't the same.
Right. You know, and it's always nice when, the older sibling or somebody, tries to step in and help, right?
Yes.
But by the time they do, it's literally too late.
It was, yes.
And if you have siblings and you've been through shit like this and your parent and your sibling tries to step in and help, give them fucking credit.
She did.
Because
My sister did an amazing job with me. I'll always give her credit. I'm not going to out her name, but I used to call her Mama and then her name when I was growing up.
Right. And the one thing that sucks about divorce is because it's always the back and forth, 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 back and forth. The child never has a stable home at that point.
Nope. I didn't even have contact with my mother until I was 17.
I don't think I was around you then.
We had just met.
Oh, yeah, I just met you right before your 18th birthday.
Yes. But I didn't have contact with my mother until then. And even to this day, it's all she talks about is my dad and her side of the story. I don't care to listen to the sides of the story because I don't know what's true and what's not.
Right.
And it made my childhood mental health worse when I was old enough to figure out that my mother was called it and they said all of these bad things about her.
I mean, Brittany, here's a question I want to ask you. You can either answer it or tell me no. Do you think that what happened as a kid growing up now could be a factor to the medical issues you have now?
Yes.
Or the medical issues you had growing up?
Yes.
Because see, that's the one thing people don't seem to understand is that trauma doesn't just cause mental health issues, it causes physical issues.
I have 26 issues. 26.
And TLO, the record's 12. 12 and a half. You have 26 different medical conditions.
Yes.
Holy fucking Christ. You got me beat.
My newest one was confirmed today by my GI specialist who was in the room for a total of 5 minutes.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
When were you going to tell me?
Eventually, probably tomorrow. You called me while I was sleeping.
Let me guess, your wife at work?
She is currently, yes.
Makes sense. Oh, fuck my life. I might end up calling it a fucking night here in a minute.
I mean, shit. We were outside smoking and there was a fucking wolf spider blocking the door. So I had to go all the way around the house.
Because you're definitely afraid of spiders.
And we came out and the wolf spider wasn't even at the door I wanted to go in until I noticed it.
Where was it?
In the carport by the kitchen door.
Jesus Christ. I know the spiders up here are getting bad. Fucking every fence I walk to.
Shannon and I don't have to deal with them in our room because every insect hates the smell of lavender essential oil, and I spray that in our room and on our bed every night.
Why didn't you just get an infuser?
Because it'll be too strong for the rest of the house.
Oh. I can't even have one of those.
I mean, shit, I took the lavender essential oil spray bottle and sprayed the kitchen door so the wolf spider wouldn't come in here. Because our first day down here in Georgia, there was a wolf spider in our room. And it was big.
And yes, to let everybody know, Brittany is no longer in Ohio with me. Her and her wife decided
hush.
to fucking. Well, I was in Alabama at the time. Y'all made the move, so I left first. Technically, then y'all decided to follow my fucking lead and said, "Fuck it, Dwayne's doing better. We're the fuck out of this bitch."
Well, we've always wanted out of Ohio.
And it just took me moving to get you guys to get the ball rolling.
It took my stupid ass ex.
You know, guys, but
still
I
isn't
literally
mature.
Huh?
I said she still isn't any mature, and she has a child.
You talking about the one that fucking called me on some bullshit today?
Oh.
So part of the reason I tried to call you.
I'm sorry, I was sleeping.
Oh, the last wolf spider I encountered, I burned alive. I like to hear them scream.
I could have opened the door and jumped over the spider, but I was not having it. Nope. Luckily, there was another door open.
I fucking love you, TLO. That comment's getting fucking starred for this show. Fuck that. That is funny as fuck. Oh, it's my day off, so I figured I'd do a fucking show. And it's a really, do you know what? Just for this being an unplanned show, Brett, this was a really good fucking show.
Now I want to know what my ex said to you.
I will call. I'm not talking about that on there. I'll take that off here in like a minute. All right, guys. So I think this is where we're literally gonna fuck. Allergies are a bitch. All right, guys. I think that's where we're gonna end this here for the night talk. Guys, it has been so good being back. It feels so great. I love each and every minute of it. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you to Amanda for coming on. You were fucking awesome. Brittany, thank you for coming on for a couple minutes. I know you're in a good mood. The little fucker parked itself on the wall next to me while I slept. It had to die. Brittany, you just look at the comment on the screen. Capital.
I seen it, but yeah, but like I've never seen one climb. It was on the both times I've seen them, they were on the floor.
Yeah, no. So we have wolf spiders out here. So okay, we're gonna talk about wolf spiders.
And they don't like to climb high places because there's no food for them.
No, they don't. And so the one that I encountered was actually fucking today. Jesus Christ. I was kayak in the bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because their kayak are called off. And Brittany, you know I'm multi-trained at my job, and I get to pretty much do everything and everything wherever the fuck they need me.
Mm-hmm.
This little fucker came crawling out of the vacuum of the fucking kayak. He wasn't little. He was like that fucking bigger. Brittany, he was like that fucking big around.
Nope.
Fuck that bullshit. I fucking ran. Said, fuck
nope.
This. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm out. Called my supervisor. I'm like, yo, I ain't touching that kayak. He went like, why? I'm like, there's a wolf spider in that bitch. He went like, bullshit. I'm coming. Brittany, I never heard my fucking supervisor scream like a fucking girl in my life, and it was funny as fuck. They called the security team to come get the fucking wolf spider. That's gotcha.
I won't kill a wolf spider. Shannon won't touch a wolf spider. Shannon wouldn't even touch the brown reclusive that we seen.
Yeah, they're poisonous.
Yeah, it tried to attack Shannon. She pissed it off by walking by it.
Those things are assholes. But all right, guys, this is the end of the show for the night. Thank you guys for everybody who came on. Thank you guys for watching, guys. This was a great time being back here in the Night Talk. From the seas to the skies, from the land made by God. We love each and every one of you guys, and I will see you tomorrow night. Deuces. Hold on, I gotta find controls. TLO, be ready. I'm calling you. And the broadcast. Control. Shift L. Control E. All right, fuck it. We're out of here. Good night, guys.